to our next conversation, which is the role of engineering sector in nation building. Of course, as you know, engineers play an important function in any country's development, especially with any sector that you need to build at all. You need the input of engineers in that sector. And to discuss further, I'm being joined in the studio here by Chairman, Nigeria Society of Engineers, Ikeja Branch, Nimot Muili. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, you are very correct.
All right, glad to have you on Business Daily. And of course, at Trust TV as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's begin to talk about the role that you play in this sector. Engineers are very, very important in every area of nation building. Tell us your assessment of what you have done so far with regard to your contribution to nation building.
All right, thank you very much for having me. It's really a great honor, especially after the conclusion of our international conference and AGM. So I will start with what is obvious here in Abuja. That's the infrastructure development. I mean, everybody in Abuja can attest to the fact that when the master plan was done, connectivity became very easy in terms of road. And for those that are using the rail infrastructure as well, you could attest to that. And also, if you look at the airport as well, there's been significant expansion, and that's the part of the good work of engineers. Also, when you talk of agriculture and farming, when there is no access for you to bring out these products or to even preserve them, there is a challenge, and it eventually affects food security, which is one of the focus of the just concluded national conference. Then when you talk of preservation, food harvesting, technology to process them for exports, these are the work of engineers as well. And across the globe, we all are experiencing climate change. What I mean, for the benefit of some of my viewers that might not know, is we probably will be experiencing significant heat, irregular rain patterns, and this affects us in so many ways. Globally, we're saying that let's lower the temperature by 1.5, and what that means is that we should use sustainable means of energy and other sustainable method of doing our engineering activity to ensure that we reduce the depletion of the ozone layer, which is causing the extreme heat, which is also affecting the rainfall patterns. And these are some of the things we discussed at the just concluded national conference, and what we engineers are also doing to ensure that we contribute significantly to nation building. And overall, we collaborate with various stakeholders, because when we do all of this, we collaborate.
We cannot do it alone.
We can't do it alone. We collaborate with investors, with government agencies, policymakers, and even those at the bottom of the pyramid that you think they are not relevant, because no one should be left behind in nation development.
Indeed. I was going to ask about the relationship between engineering and economy. As we speak, economy is going through quite a whole lot. What do you think the engineers can do to help government stabilize what is happening right now?
Okay, so I will talk from one of our strategic agenda. The NSC strategic agenda has 5 pillars, and one of them is the intergovernmental collaboration and strengthening international relationship. So what we're doing is we talk to governments. Like at the conference, we talked a lot to various government agencies that are in charge of food crop production for farmers to be able to have access to good breeds that will bring good yield. Then also in terms of farm preparation, mechanized farming, we are doing reverse engineering. So we learn the technology and do reverse engineering, adapt it to what is available here. So in doing all of this, you collaborate with the industry that will manufacture it locally, that will look at the peculiarity of a particular area. How are you going to do this farming? How are you going to do this building? And this speaks to what some of the terms of sustainability, that you adapt the technology but make it sustainable, so that for generations to come they are able to still use it, because it's actually solving and using their local technology. So we talk to a lot of research institutes for us to be able to see how do we actually make sure that all the solutions, all the ideas, all the framework that we're putting in place works, and also encourage local content. So some of the foreign investors that are coming in, we're also helping in pushing policies that will ensure that they are able to actually settle in, have access to raw materials, also have access to local skills. So that is in terms of developing our members to be ensured that they are employable, they're trainable. So right from the young engineers, we also have career talks from secondary school to sensitize them about the need to contribute and be a part of this at the early age. We have for the young engineers, we have for the corporate members, and for the fellow. I'm a fellow, but maybe a young fellow, but we have other senior members that we do train and retrain them. So there is continual professional development program where we go on industrial visits, have webinars, go on technical tours, both local and internationally. So these are some of the ways we contribute and collaborate with government policymakers, non-governmental organizations, both local and at the international level.
Indeed, there's one question I don't want you to escape with regards to the incessant building collapse that we have experienced in recent times. It's been a regular occurrence, as you know. And some of your members are culpable in all of this. What message do you have for them?
All right, so I will start with the framework we have as a society. So we collaborate. There is a committee in the Council for Regulation of Engineering that looks into ethics, and my branch also is very active in this. So what the committee does is to go around and see, like, do a quality control check, spontaneous, just go around. So that was constituted and endorsed, is a structured framework by the Lagos State government. So we take proactive measures. And we also have processes of validating and verifying that those in charge of those buildings are actually qualified engineers, because we have a lot of engineers. So once people are able to get on site, they automatically turn themselves to engineer. But we're ensuring that we're putting processes in place, not only NSC, but we also collaborate. We go to organizations to encourage them to register their members. Not only that, but to also encourage them to be active in our professional development program, so that they know about our ethics. And one of our key strategic agenda for this administration of the NSC is reimaging the NSC to ensure that it's a profession that everybody wants to belong to. And that is why you see everybody saying, okay, I'm an engineer. But in doing that, you must abide by the ethics of the profession. So
indeed,
that's what we're doing.
Very interesting. As we wrap up now, what are the economic factors affecting the performance of engineers across the country? Oh,
okay. Yeah, there are quite a number of things, and there are still problems to be solved by engineers. One of the obvious one is power, and we're constantly looking at this to find various means of ensuring that is done. Another thing is the manufacturing sector, which you also link to. Then sometimes it's disaster. I mean, look at what happened in Borno, which is tied to the climate change we're looking at. So all these factors, we've listed them, and we're taking them one by one. Okay, climate change is there, access to raw materials, production, processing, infrastructure in terms of road, to be able to move your goods and services, and that's why the trains, the airlines are being improved. Then technical development, we have the vocation and the STEM, that's vocation and STEM education. I mean, we're used to saying science, technology, engineering and maths, but now we are adding arts, because when you do that, you are more involved and you're able to also present your solution to non-technical collaborators and professionals. So those are some of the challenges, and we're taking strategic steps to ensure that we collaborate. Most importantly, that's a very golden currency that we're spending to collaborate and ensure that we attend to the power issues, manufacturing in terms of infrastructure, access to raw materials, ease of doing business. In terms of policy, we also contribute to government to see where they can also make that easy for anybody that wants to invest in Nigeria. Then also motivation for our members in terms of entry level at the in government parastatal. We're also pushing that we're able to come in at level 10, which will be a motivation for our members to really develop and earn good income. So those are some of our initiatives.
That's interesting there. All right. Sometimes when you're having fun, time is always not your friend.
You can see that again.
Yes, I must thank you for your time. Nimot Muili, Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ikeja Branch. Must thank you for your time on Business Daily.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate your coming. We hope we'll see more of you.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. With that is a wrap on the show today. We'll be back again on Monday. I am Yusuf Akogun.